What if I told you the red line is alive? Loki will bring it down, and Gear 5 is not Luffy's peak. You probably wouldn't believe me, but there's evidence. This is a Wake Serpent theory. In chapter 129, Brogy states that the only thing a Koku's sovereignty can't get through is a snake soaked in blood. This refers to the red line, but what is a red line really? A big little mountain that covers Blue Star. Yep, that it is. But what mythology are the giants based off of? Wrestlers. Well, no, but Norse mythology. And what circles the earth? Jormungandr, the earth serpent. Boom. Red line equals world serpent. That's the video, folks. Just joking, of course. But there is some more evidence. In some texts, Jormungandr is referred to as the fish of the earth. And do you know who had the serpent? The earth god. In the first world, it is stated, the earth god raged with its serpent of hellfire. So, the earth god had a serpent, and it breathed hellfire. I think that it's not unreasonable to interpret it as the red line is the serpent. While researching, I looked at that hellfire line a bit more closely and came to a conclusion. The Lunarians were the hellfire, or at least the flames on their backs were. King's House, marked on the prototype map, is most likely where the Lunarians lived. Now, who doesn't battle with Jormungandr at Ragnarok? And with what weapon? Thor with Mjolnir. Mjolnir is a hammer, no duh. But who in One Piece has a hammer and prepares for Ragnarok? Loki. Loki, the father-killing rocks idolizing Doomsday Dreamer, has a hammer which he tried to knock down Adam with. This hammer is widely speculated to be Mjolnir. Loki is an interesting character. He's supposedly evil, but Luffy immediately trusts him. He doesn't love, but loved Ida. He doesn't have any friends, but has contact with Shirahoshi. If you know, you know. He claims himself the sun god, but we know it's Luffy. But what if he's correct? We know that Nika is viewed as both liberator and destroyer. What if there are two sun god fruits? Luffy has one. I'd lean towards the liberator, but it could go either way. Now, what about the royal Elbaf fruit? What do we know about it? It can bring down the world government. Rocks want it. It has some correlation to Joyba and Nika. It's really strong and could make Harold into the sun god. Now, let's partake in a thought experiment, will you? Close your eyes, imagine a system where a secret evildoer is pulling the strings. What could break down the system? Being awakened to the truth, being liberated. Open your eyes. What I described and you imagined is the world government being deposed by the sun god. Now, I think there's a second mythical sun god fruit, which will most likely mask as a paramecia. I think that the fruit, Loki's fruit, is called the Wake fruit. I believe it can awaken anything, such as a person's desire, people sleeping, possibly people dumb or reverse it, and a hellfire serpent. Now, what sounds more destructive, rubber or awakening? Yep, I'm suggesting what you're thinking. I'm suggesting Luffy is equal to Joy Boy equals Nika equals Destroyer God. Yep, that's the thesis of this theory. Loki will defeat the Hellfire Serpent and unite those seas at Luffy's side. Now, this is interesting. In the anime, Topman Mercury states, Monkey D. Luffy, I will not let you reach your original form. Now, I know this is anime only, but sometimes, and I mean sometimes rarely, the anime can be accurate, so Luffy has a true form. I believe this is why the sun gods must meet to reach their peaks together. Grand line reviews, dummy liberty theory. Yeah, I think the second white piece is Loki. Loki's wake powers could possibly boost Luffy's, and their heartbeats join in a duet of liberation. Huh. Know that melody? Know the melody behind Binks's brew? What if the original is a duet between Nika and the other god who we'll call Binks and may actually be the one? Now we arrive at the end. Currently, we're headed towards the death of Harold and the end of Loki's flashback. And I think the events preceding it will go something like that Hardin doesn't forgive Loki, at least not fully. He'll join the fight and get reversed, after which Loki will save him by unwrapping his eye bandages to use the power of the fruit to save him, and then they will embrace and join the fight together. And now, this theory was written before chapter 1168, and I think we're headed towards that direction. Also, what seems interesting is Loki was in prison before getting the Wake fruit. Not the Wake fruit killing Harold. I think this points to maybe him stealing the fruit before Harold's death. And this is interesting. Maybe he sold it to possibly reawaken his mother. Just a thought. So yeah, that's been it. And remember, like, share, and sub for more theories. I've been the Console Gamer. And remember, it's just a theory. Wake Serpant theory. And remember, Laboon has Nika level durability.